On behalf of the board of the Philippine Bayanihan Society in Singapore, I welcome you to the Bayanihan Center. The Bayanihan Center has opened its doors to support the educational, social and cultural needs of Filipinos and others in Singapore. Thanks to the strong partnership between the government of the Philippines and Singapore and the initiative of our founding president, Ms. Jenny Chua, and vice president, Mr. Ning de Guzman. Since its establishment in 2001, more than 13,500 people have undergone skills training at the Bayanihan Center. But the Bayanihan Center is located at 43 Pasir Panjang Road. It provides classrooms, facilities and support for volunteers and community groups to conduct various short-term courses including basic and advanced computer training, nursing aid, hotel and restaurant management, dressmaking, caregiving, cooking, and baking and cosmetology. To foster the socio-cultural ties between Filipinos and Singaporeans, we also organize the Bayanihan Walk. It is an annual event to bring together people from all across sectors of Singapore in a fun walkathon to promote integration of Filipinos with the Singaporean community. Tara na mak, Bayanihan Center na.
Good evening to all our viewers here in Singapore and across the globe. Greetings to you, our friends, partners, and faithful supporters. Welcome to Bayanihan Talks webinar series. I am Minerva Lau, a member of the board of the Philippine Bayanihan Society Singapore, and your host tonight. We sincerely hope you are all keeping safe and well wherever you are. And I hope you have enjoyed the video giving you a glimpse of what the Philippine Bayanihan Society is all about and what it does. Tonight, we are privileged to have a veteran investor, Mr. Raymond Wong, to share with us his knowledge and experiences on financial planning, investment options, and strategies for success even during the pandemic, as well as some tips to be ready for retirement. Exciting indeed. And now, may I invite Ms. Marianne Chua, PBSS Honorary Secretary, to introduce our guest speaker tonight.
Thank you, Minnie. We want to welcome Mr. Raymond Wong, our wealth planning expert. Thank you so much for gracing our event this evening. Mr. Wong is currently Associate Director of one of the leading and oldest wealth advisory firm licensed by MAS, IPPFA. He is previously Vice President of major financial institutions with wealth of financial experience and CA/CPA at Big Four firm. He is a member of Chartered Accountants Singapore and professional estate planning practitioner. He is consistently in top 5% of advisor globally with many prestigious awards, including qualifying membership in the $1 Million Roundtable, the Chairman Roundtable, and Producers Club. He specializes in comprehensive personal wealth planning and corporate planning for business owners, senior management, top professionals with over 800 clients. Mr. Wong was featured on Money Week, Hello Singapore, and Frontline, the Straits Times, and seminars for various organizations. Indeed, we are very fortunate to have him with us this evening. His life motto is lifelong learning, live for today, and plan for tomorrow. So this evening, we want to thank Mr. Wong. Please.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thanks, Marianne, for the great introduction. Thanks for having me today, Bayan Group. Yeah, it's my privilege to be invited here. Okay, without further ado, let me just share with you my 2 cents worth. Hope some you guys can take away some golden nuggets from my sharing. Just give me a second now. I will share. Right. Okay. Today, very exciting topic that I'm about to share is titled "Wealth Strategies for Success Even During the Pandemic." Okay. Just before I go on further, I would like you guys just take a glimpse of this standard clause. Yeah, this the standard clause that I'll just show you guys. Okay, the standard disclaimer. Okay, good. Thanks for the sharing earlier. And true enough, it's my privilege to share my 2 cents on Sunday Times, on Straits Times as well, and on the TV. Yeah, basically, I enjoy educating the public in the areas of achieving financial independence, so everybody can enjoy more. Besides working hard, also make their money work harder for them. That's very important. Ideally, to grow our money even while we are sleeping. Yeah, just how my TV interviews that I shared on TV. And yes, this is some corporate events, large scale seminars that I have done before the COVID period. Obviously, now we can't do this at this point, but there's a good thing of having a Zoom webinar, which is a blessing in disguise, as in we can even share to many people out there, even all the way back in the Philippines, besides Singapore and other parts of the world. Right. Helping my value clients to do well and also doing well. Yearly, this is some of my awards, photos. And many of my value clients, just to name a few, some of the business owner, directors, they felt to them I'm like a GPS or a financial doctor. So basically, after meeting me, they felt more empowered. So I don't tell them, okay, which is the best supplement? Is it the red pill, the blue pill? So I'll never do that, but rather understand what's their needs, what's their financial goals, where are they now, and ideally to help them achieve where they like to be one day, so they can enjoy much more in future. Do not need to worry about their finances. Yeah, the list goes on from all my value clients, finding value and enjoying meeting me and understanding what's the direction towards their goal. Right. Okay. I come from this company called IPP. IPP in short stands for Investment Protection Planning. So it sums it all. We are one of the biggest financial advisory firm and oldest since 1983. So biggest in terms of asset under our care is about 1.5 billion. And we have about 600 licensed advisors and backroom staff. Altogether, we have 60 over 1,000 clients that walking along this financial journey with us. Right. So at IPP, how we differentiate ourselves from the bankers out there. I was formerly a banker, so I understand how the bank works. And what's the difference with the insurance company out there, the insurance agent. So basically, we are the third type of advisors, meaning we can work with A to Z company, big boys like Aviva, NTUC, Manulife, FWD, the list goes on. So just like you want to buy a laptop, you can go to IT Fair, given many choices, whether Toshiba, Apple, or Acer. Compared to you going to one company, just say Acer, with due respect, one company may not be best in everything. So we like to give client choices. And in terms of investment, we also spoil with choices, close to 1,000 or more fund houses, big boys including like UOB, First State, Alliance, and so on. Right. Okay. In terms of mortgage and mortgage protection, we can also work with many banks. So to find the lowest loan packages for financing and for mortgages. So clients can save thousands and thousands of dollars even by choosing the right package, and even for mortgage protection. So anything happen to them, as in if they are not well or don't survive, they do not have to worry, or their loved ones do not have to worry of the big ticket item like the mortgage. So not leave behind a debt, but leave behind a good assets. Right. Okay. So at IPP over here, as a one-stop point, we can do all the research for our client. So our client did not have to go all over the shops, because number one is a financial jungle out there. You may get more confused. Number two, a lot of time wasted if you meet consultant A, consultant B, consultant C. So and they may not have all the plans out there. So under one stop point, we can help them to to design a financial roadmap, a blueprint for them. So exactly they know what they can achieve, how can they go about doing it, and supported by good plans from all the good providers. So basically, we are professionals, just like lawyers, just like doctors, just like I'm also an accountant, CPA trained. So we are not trying to sell clients, people out there things they don't need, but rather to help them make a useful financial decision end of the day. Okay, so interestingly, you may ask, okay, why is retirement planning, why is financial planning getting getting even more important than the past? Okay, as the medical science improves, the life expectancy for ladies and for the gentlemen can be easily reached 80 plus. For male, probably about 82, and 30% may even live beyond 82. And ladies about 85, and 40% may even go beyond. So good news is we can enjoy much longer for our golden years with our children, grandchildren, or loved ones. The not so good news is as we live longer, do we have enough resources the day we stop work? So during COVID, we have a glimpse of how does a retirement look like, because everybody, most of them during the lockdown period is sitting at home. So the good news is while we are still at home during this period, we are still earning income. So income still coming in. But the question is, what if the real retirement arrives? When the time comes, do we have enough? Do we have, just like driving on the road, do we have enough fuel to last throughout the journey? Or will it last until halfway? So that can be one big concern. So just like what is the actual statistic is showing here, even in Singapore and other part of Asia, that includes Philippines and others as well. Most of them, they felt they can retire sufficiently. Unfortunately, let's say taking most part of the Asians, what they actually have enough is only last for 50% of their retirement golden years. So let's say their reserve can last for 10 years. But they can live for another 18 years or even beyond. So what happened to the 8 years and even longer? So that's $1 million question. How can we improve on our resources so we are less worried even the day we stop work? So it's always good to have two income. While we are working, good to have active income. But we can only work until certain age, which can be 80 or even before 80. Nobody want to work 80 or 90. So not everybody is like LKY or Dr. Mahathir in that sense can work until 90s and beyond. So in that sense, the day we stop work, ideally we have the second income, which is the passive income. So that passive income can start growing for us and start giving us this lifetime income, even the day we stop work or when we semi-retire. So why people like to retire or what are the concerns the day they stop work? Basically, many like to spend more time, which may not have the opportunity to spend this time with their loved ones, family, because everyone busy working, could be running the rat race, especially in Singapore or even big city like Manila and so on. Also, they like to enjoy more during their retirement age or during their golden years. Go for holidays, vacations, see the world. Obviously, now we can't go to many countries, but when I believe one day the airport will reopen again, just like Germany. I think they has opened up and welcome many of the tourists now. Likewise, slowly but surely, we can visit all this lovely country one day. Okay, so when the time comes, do we have enough resources for us to go to travel and visit all these countries or even enjoy our hobbies? So the concern is as we retire or moving to the golden age, health usually is going downward as we age gracefully, and financial can be a reason, and medical expenses is definitely going up every day due to medical inflation and due to all the medicine costs and the doctor fees. So it's good to have somebody to pay for our bills, take care of our long-term care, and also give us this passive income the day we stop work. So we got to help ourselves so that we have plan ahead and less worry next time. Unfortunately, in the real case, only about 30% of us in Singapore and other part of Asia has done enough planning. So 70% have not done much financial or wealth planning. So that can be a big alarm in the sense that even out of which 37% live day by day. So unfortunately, we cannot let nature take its course, let government take care of us. Otherwise, government will be very busy, and there's too many people out there to help. So it's best for us to take care of ourselves. So we need not burden our children, our loved ones, and we are self-sufficient to enjoy more for our golden years. Right. Okay. In Singapore, just for the benefit of friends in Philippines and other part of the world, we have CPF Life. Okay, CPF Life is like a superannuation from the government, but it's by putting our own money so that we have enough for our retirement in future. Okay, so how it works is, let's say the person is 30s or 20s, late 20s or so, starting to work, and they start saving. Part of the money will, let's say 20% from themselves and other 16% from the employer. Add together, this amount from their salary will go to the CPF account. And from 55 onwards, we can take out the CPF partially if we have set aside enough money for our retirement. Okay. And 65, then we start collecting this retirement income. Okay, for CPF. Okay, this is a pension scheme in that sense. Okay, however, even NUS professor felt that, do you think just relying on CPF savings alone is enough for retirement? Very obvious, he said, is think again, which means it's not sufficient just to rely on CPF alone. As you can see here, minimum sum, which is how much minimally we need to set aside for our retirement, set by the government. Minimally, for current year, is about what they call full retirement scheme. The minimum sum is 186 grand. Right. Okay. For some who is self-employed, or they may not contribute a lot of CPF, and a lot of times their CPF may have gone to their housing loan and so on, or to their housing. It can be less than this minimum sum, so they can meet the basic retirement. Okay, for enhanced retirement, for those that have a lot of CPF, I don't know where to put their money, they can choose to put into an enhanced retirement sum, which is about 279 grand. Just to take note, every year this amount will grow by another 5 grand and 5 grand. I guess that to meet the inflation. Okay, just using an example, the most popular plan, let's say standard plan, if the person have 186K sitting in their CPF ordinary and special account, the moment they reach 55, it will be locked in. Then 65, they start collecting about 1,004 every month. Okay, if they selected standard plan, right? Okay, just at 1,004 as for today's standard is not a lot. Plus inflation, 1,004 today, 10 years down the road could be below 1,000. Yeah, because money can only become smaller and smaller in value due to the power of inflation. That's why if we put all the money in bank savings beside the rainy day monies, we are not making our money work harder enough. The money will devalue. Later I'll show you what do I mean by that, by inflation. What can it do to us in that sense? So basically, based on 1,004, if the person need 3,000 future value, they still short of 1,004. So what can we do so that we can complement and have much more enough to enjoy fruit of our labors in future, right? Okay, so 4 considerations, 4 key factors when we think about the day we stop work or retire. Okay, there's a misconception here when we talk about achieving financial independence or to retire. Okay, some may say, okay, in my 60s, maybe I still enjoy working. I want to work as long as I want, maybe until 70, so that I keep myself occupied. I wouldn't have to stare to the ceiling or start counting stars, doing nothing. So, so by all means, yes, let's say when we reach that age, we have enough to achieve financial independence, means we can continue to work because we want to work, we choose to work, not because we have to work just to take care of the finances, to pay the bills. So in that sense, by achieving financial independence, maybe you like to take on a second career or a business that you wanted to do based on your hobby. Maybe you want to sell some goldfish, or maybe you have a green finger, you want to sell some plants, or you enjoy eating a lot, you want to go into food business. So by all means, you can do things that you like. So by doing so, because you have enough resources, enough passive income to take care of you, Therefore, you have less worry even you want to work in anything that you want to do, or even stop work totally. You can choose to stop work anytime by the meaning of achieving financial independence. Okay, so around what age is good do we want to retire, and how much do we need for our golden years, and how long can this retirement income last, and what's the inflation rate in Singapore and even in other part of Asia? Okay, I'll go into this simple calculation exercise just to show you guys. Just give me 1 second. Okay, right. Okay, so maybe can I have a show of hand? Okay, assuming everybody here mostly is around 35 to 40 or to 45, right? Okay, maybe I'll use the age of let's say 40. Okay, just for this example, right? Okay, so around what age you guys like to retire? Okay, some say tomorrow. Miss Minnie shared that if she tried Toto, she can retire tomorrow. Just kidding. Okay, what will be the typical age that y'all like to retire? Maybe you can type in the chat box. If not, I will select an age for the typical retirement age. Around what age y'all like to retire? Anyone? 63, Grace. Okay, very good. Okay, that must be your favorite number, 63. Okay, awesome, awesome. Any others? 60, 63. Okay, great. 60 from Cecil. Okay, very good. Okay, maybe I'll just take an average age, 62 probably. Right. Okay. So the day you stop work, how much do you think you need? 1,000 per month, Sing dollar. If you convert to peso, probably times 37 grand. But let's say in Sing dollar, let's say how much do you need the day you stop work? How much allowance you like to have? 1 grand, 1,005, is it enough? 2 grand. Okay, by achieving financial independence means we have a fully paid home, do not have to worry mortgages, and a lifetime income. Okay, Miss Minnie, very good. 3 grand per month. Okay, anyone else? Okay, calling once, calling twice. Okay, 2.5. Marianne. Okay, very good. Okay, anyone else? Okay, if not, I'll just use 2005 as an example. Okay, very good. All right. Okay, let's say 2005 every month, assuming the day we stop work, that's about 30 grand a year. 2005 today, just to take note. Let's say the person is probably I put, let's say 45. Okay, 45 to 62. 2005 now, compared to almost 20 years down the road, it become 4,001. As you can see, the money becomes smaller. 2005 is equivalent to 4,001, 18 years or 20 years down the road. Okay, based on inflation, last 20 to 30 years in Singapore and some part of Asia is about 3%. Okay, if we put everything into a post bank, okay, or normal bank savings, even 1% hard to come by, not even in fixed deposit. Putting in POSB or other banks, make a guess, what's the interest rate? Okay, anybody want to make a guess? What's the interest rate by putting into normal bank savings account? Just a normal savings account. Okay, no worries. Okay, I'll just check. 0.05%. Almost as good as putting under my pillow, 0.05. So of course, bank saving has an important place to play, in the sense that in case you need any money, you can go to ATM, maybe for your next 3 to 6 months expenses. But beyond that, of course, good to make our money work harder elsewhere, not just everything into a normal bank savings account. Yeah, otherwise you'll be eaten up by the inflation, the power of inflation. Okay, let's say 1%, the person will need 1.4 million to last throughout the next, let's say 20 years or more, for his or her full retirement golden years, right? Okay, so which means they need about, wow, a whooping 1.4 million. So not everybody is a millionaire yet as of today. So what are the things we can do? Okay, of course, we can work longer, maybe 65 instead of 62. That can be one way, but you may not able to save a lot or give a lot. Okay, let's say, however, if we, let's say, make our money work harder, let's say 5% into some moderate risk investment or savings. Wow, now the amount that you need has dropped to 900,000. Okay, so in that sense, if we get able to make our money work harder, the amount that you can require is lesser, meaning you can achieve your financial goal to be financial independent earlier rather than later. So by then you have a fully paid home to achieve financial independence plus a lump sum of money, let's say just below 1,900,000 to last throughout for your golden years. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Every day, you know, there's a paycheck coming in every month. You do not have to worry. Okay, so by planning ahead, you definitely can achieve or at least can help you closer to your financial goal. No need to be worried, concerned about your future. It's better now than never, as I always share with all my clients. Okay, let me just go back to the slide. Right. Okay, so very quickly, okay, what are the instruments that can help us grow our wealth? Okay, two very popular instrument that can help us grow our wealth is unit trust. I'm sure you guys have unit trust mutual fund. Okay, basically is what is a unit trust? It's just simply, to put it simply, a pool of funds or money that invested by a group of investors through a portfolio of assets, so that you can achieve your financial goal over mid to long term, right? Okay, and what is a unit? What is an investment link? Okay, investment link nowadays, a newer or better investment link for investment objective is called 101 ILP. Basically, this plan is mostly going to investment rather than insurance if your financial goal is more to grow your wealth. So with this, you can go to some exclusive portfolio as well. Okay, very similar between unit trust and 101 ILP in that sense. Okay, so basically for unit trust, they go, as mentioned, they go into a pool of different assets like stocks and shares, which is like equity. Potentially, they are the instruments that grow a bit more, but more volatile for sure than bonds. Bonds is a lower risk fixed income bonds, and basically they give you a stable return. And typically, if it's a government bond, it can be inversely proportional with the interest rate. So typically, interest rate go up, the bond price will go down, and vice versa. But corporate bonds or high yield bonds then may not be impacted by the interest rate that much. Excuse me. Right. Okay. Money market, basically, they are like cash. So they give you a stable interest, but not very high interest, not very high return, maybe 1% or so, more for liquidity. And last but not least, you have REITs funds, which is property related funds that invested into properties, subject to the property market performance, obviously. Yeah, and through this unit trust, you can invest globally, not just in your country. You can diversify into many, many countries, and typically managed by professionals as well. Okay, so for a pool of portfolio investment, basically you can invest into a funds, a basket of funds. They make up of maybe A, B, C, D, E, F funds, a few funds, so that can well diversify for you into different sector, different countries, different asset class. Can be equity, can be bonds, can be money market or property related. And more importantly, based on your risk appetite, you can be more conservative. There'll be more bonds, moderate, a bit more equities, aggressive, much higher equities, or more aggressive will be essentially all going to equities. So of course, obviously, equities can give you potentially higher returns than bonds, but bonds will be good hedging too, so that you can balance up based on your risk appetite. Right. Okay. So why do we want to invest? Okay, basically that's a financial objective. Of course, we have goals in mind. Why we want to invest? Of course, besides growing the money to beat inflation, to beat low interest rate in the bank. As I just shared, everyone like to grow more so that they can take care. Very importantly, their retirement, their golden age. So next time you have enough, because every day is a Saturday. You know, money is coming in every month, so less worry by then. And of course, children, by then they may reach a tertiary age. They may like to go to university. and tertiary high school and so on, so that they have a much more easier life when they need to look for a job. So that definitely costs a lot. Even locally, if you study here, doesn't come cheap, let alone if you send them to overseas, even like Australia or UK, America, can even be 2 to 3 times higher, right? Okay, so most they want to invest so they can diversify their asset allocation. So not everything putting into bank, not everything putting into one instrument. Okay, and through unit trust and ILP is can be pretty affordable. You don't need a huge lump sum. You don't need to be high net worth to begin with. It can be just X dollar per month. Of course, you can do it lump sum as well, depending on how much lazy money you have in the bank. Not doing much for you, plus a monthly cash flow. So we can take advantage of compound interest, the 8th wonder of the world, to grow our money rather than just all going to a low interest rate savings account. Okay, so what is the strategy that works if we were to invest into such instrument? Basically, I'm not sure you heard this term called dollar cost averaging, DCA, right? Okay, very good. Basically, DCA, dollar cost averaging, simply means by putting an X dollar per month, so that every month you just invest X dollar per month. You do not need to time the market, because even Warren Buffett, the investment guru, may not even know when's the best time. You do not have a crystal ball telling you tomorrow price going to drop. So you're going to show hand and invest everything. So it doesn't happen that way. But using this dollar cost averaging, just like this little graph here, even when market goes up, excellent. Market goes down, to you is like a Shopee sales, Lazada sales, you're buying cheaper. So overall, using this method, you can work better in terms of market volatility. Okay, example, like this scenario, if the person invests in Fund A, 1,000 per month, if the price go up, great. The person can make from 12K capital, can grow to 13.4K, so about 1.4 grand profit. Okay, compared to Fund B, because in the perfect world, everything is a straight line, but investment is never a straight line. As you can see, a lot of things may occur, a lot of events may occur that trigger the price to drop. So if the market go up and go down, what happened then? From $100 drop to 70 cents, drop to 60 cents, then go up, go back to 80 and $100. Through this price that fluctuating, Mr. B can actually still make money, because when price go down, as mentioned, you can buy cheaper. So overall, he or she can make about 3,000, okay, additional, because his 12K has grown to about 15.3, even outperform the Fund A. So this is the good strategy for mid to long term, right? Okay, so for some that may have a lump sum of money sitting in their bank, not working hard enough for them, definitely they can use lump sum as well, concurrent with their monthly dollar cost averaging, a monthly investment to contribute. Let's say Mr. A invests for 24 years, or let's say putting in the bank, earning 1%, begin with 100 grand and 1 grand every month, okay? So after 24 years, when he retires, he or she retires, he can achieve 450K if he earning 1% from the normal bank savings. Let's say if he gets a return of 6%, wow, it's more than double. Congratulations to Mr. A, he has become a millionaire. So besides working hard, it's of course good to make our money work harder. So this money can double up over time. Okay, so some may say, oh, investment, I worry I may lose money. Having said that, it's like you like this ice cream store across the road, but because you need to cross the road and you dare not cross the road, so what happened? You miss out your favorite ice cream, vanilla ice cream, let's say. But what if you take calculated risk? You look left, look right, and you just take care of yourself, so you won't be hit by the car. You cross the road successfully, and you can enjoy your favorite ice cream. So it's the same thing for investment. You can invest for mid to longer term. Let's say the investor only have 12 months to invest. Obviously, the risk can be higher because market can be quite volatile within such a short time span. Compared to Mr. B that putting in for 10 years or even longer, the risk of losing has dropped to 4%. So take heart, the market will definitely go up if you put in the quality investment. So in that sense, you can overcome this fear. Okay, just like exactly what I shared, it's not about timing the market, but rather how long you can stay invested. Time in the market is example is during Asia crisis 1997, dot-com year 2000, subprime US, Lehman Brothers 2007, even now COVID last year, everyone is very fearful because they felt the price will tank. Black swan may happen, everything will go south hill. So in actual fact, as you can see, although it's not exactly a straight line, but it's an upward trend. So overall, last 30 to 30 years or so, the person, if he were to invest at this point, 30 years later, he'll make a huge gain, 2 to 3 times or even 5 times much more. So in short, what should we do? Stay invested for long term. Do not panic, not to be affected by emotions, right? Okay, so through investment, what is a good strategy beside dollar cost averaging? Stay invested for mid to longer term. There's this thing called asset allocation, like what I just shared as well. Basically, if you are more aggressive, you can put more equities. Yellow will denote equity, blue will denote bonds. If you are even more aggressive, you can put 80% with minimum 20% into bonds, fixed income. So this is what asset allocation does. So if somebody that review their portfolio regularly, can be half a year, once a year, and so on. Let's say in case the portfolio has moved away from the original risk appetite, make up of these 4 funds. Let's say blue fund has grown, whereas the yellow fund has actually become smaller. He or she can rebalance the whole portfolio again, so that this will meet the risk appetite. The other good thing is, why do we do this? When market pick up, we can put more equities. Market go down, we can be a bit more defensive, a bit more bonds. So in that sense, that works to overcome, rather than stay invested throughout with the same portfolio, given a choice. So somebody that never rebalance has a much higher risk compared to someone that rebalance, let's say annually. And the return potentially with rebalancing can beat the one that never do any rebalancing. Okay, why do we need to invest? Why you want to grow our money even through some safe instrument? Because inflation may eat into our money and will make our money become smaller and smaller each day. Okay, in Singapore, I mean, like 40 years ago, back in 1970, 40 or 50 years back, it only cost 25 cents for a cup of coffee. 50 years down the road, moving forward now, 2021, a cup of coffee, we're not talking about Starbucks, not talking about Coffee Bean, or the high class, so-called better coffee, more expensive coffee. Just a normal coffee at coffee shop, it easily costs you 175 cents for a normal coffee. So I can imagine another 10 years or 20 years, this can become even 5 times more. Yeah, easily maybe even $6 or even $10, 10 to 20 years down the road. So as you can see, if we don't make our money work harder, the value of money will get smaller and smaller each day. Based on 3% inflation rate, for instance, if I put in $1 today, my $1 will become 55 cents, almost half the value. So basically, if you do nothing, and there's a risk there as well, called inflation risk, as what I advocate. So it's important to make our money work harder. Just like playing soccer, you guys know or enjoy watching soccer game. So okay, let's say in a soccer game, some of the players can be strikers. Strikers is the one that scoring goals. But you cannot have 11 strikers, cannot have all the players become strikers. You cannot have 11 Ronaldos or 11 Lionel Messi's and so on. So because if everybody is a strikers, we also have a problem because nobody defending for you and no goalkeeper taking care of the goal. So we'll be in trouble as well. But likewise, we cannot be too defensive, having 11 defenders or goalkeeper, then nobody going to score the goal and you'll never win the game. So in life, even for our financial planning, it's exactly the same in terms of asset allocation. So some instrument that we need it for immediate use, you can put the low risk savings or fixed deposit. It's more like to draw from the ATM anytime you need the money. Typically, let's say for 6 months of your living expenses. Okay, beyond that, it's good to make your money work harder. You can put into even low risk bond funds, some insurance plan, some retirement plan, savings plan, or if better still, you like to grow a bit more, you can put to some equity fund investment, yeah, or even to properties for those that they want to diversify. But of course, property doesn't come cheap. Easily costs 1 million Sing dollar or more, even for a small unit in Singapore. So there are many ways to make your money work harder. So it's good to have a good asset allocation to diversify. Okay, everybody know who this old man out here? Up there, right? Okay, his name is, I think he's no stranger to all of us. It's Albert Einstein. Okay, he invented this simple rule. How long to double our money? Okay, let's say if I got 10 grand today, simple instrument, let's say giving me 2%, you take me 36 years to change this 10 grand into 20 grand. Okay, what if I put into fixed deposit, which even in fixed is lesser than 1%? It will take me 72 years, but not all of us is a centurion like him, can live 100 over years old to see our money double up. So definitely, if we make our money work harder, even let's say 10%, it will take you just 7 years to double up your money. Even 5%, yeah, it will take you 14 years, for instance. So definitely there's much more better way to make our assets or money work harder. Okay, so definitely everybody know the investment guru, Warren Buffett. So basically, what he thought about investment, basically when everybody is fearful, he become more greedy. Because why? The price become like a Shopee sales, Lazada sales. He can buy more units, more investment. When everybody become more greedy, he become more fearful. So in fact, that's why for investment, it's good for mid to long-term growth. Do not be affected by any market noise out there. So treat that as a noisy gong. Do not be impacted. It's just like a little girl playing yo-yo going up towards the escalator. You can see the escalator is going up. Just that in between, while the girl is playing a yo-yo up and down, you may be affected emotionally. But overall, just like I share with you the graph, it will be an upward trend if you invest into something quality investment for mid to long-term goal. Right, okay. So basically you may ask, okay, Raymond, tell me what's the potential options out there, especially now COVID, how can we make our money work harder so that we can enjoy financial independence earlier rather than later? Okay, right, okay. One option, of course, there's many ways to skin a cat. Likewise, many ways to grow your money. Okay, just one option, example, option one, through a good portfolio investment, you can invest into all these accredited investment. So initially it's for any affluent clients, but through certain good platform, you can actually invest, take advantage of some of the good funds that invested into, you know, Elon Musk, Tesla, to Amazon, to Google, to Microsoft, or even to healthcare and so on. So you can take advantage of all these big boys countries or listed companies that may not be listed in your country, but in overseas. So you do not need to travel there to invest, but you can take advantage of this platform to invest in all these blue chip funds, right? Okay. So based on past performance last year, while some of the funds has been doing very well, even potentially triple digit. Of course, investment is return is never guaranteed, but having a strong and consistent performance, at least it gives us a level of comfort. It can grow much more over mid to long term, right? Okay, just one of my favorite funds, just for example, of course, there are many funds out there. Why they are doing so well? Let's say this particular fund, just for illustration, basically they're investing into good sectors like technology. Now, during COVID, everybody don't even have to go down to their coffee shop or to cafe to buy their food. By the press of a button, Grab service, Food Panda will come to the doorstep to deliver the food right at your doorstep. Can never imagine this 10 to 20 years ago. You had to go down or go all the way to buy food if you need to buy some food to take care of ourselves. And so that's why technology is the way to go. And even for consumption, good time, bad time, everybody still need to consume, still need to wear clothes, still need to eat a certain type of food. And even for healthcare, especially now, everybody need to take care of themselves. with better supplement or even booster so that we would not fall sick or may not be hit by COVID and other sickness. Right, okay. So why are they doing so well? Because one, the fund managers been doing very good job investing into big boys, Microsoft, PayPal, and so on. So coupled with many other funds, this can be a portfolio for the investor. So I myself invested, my clients, my value friends, so that over long run, we can reap the harvest. It's not about short-term gain, but over mid to long-term gain. Yeah, passive income that even while I'm talking, the investment is growing for me. That's the most ideal scenario. Right, okay. This specific fund can even beat the stock index, global index out there. And even definitely much better than putting everything into low risk savings, very stable, but the return also very low and stable in that sense, besides putting everything into rainy day funds. Right, okay. So this is just a sample of portfolio based on your risk appetite. So through our investment team, we can recommend you, more importantly, firstly, based on your appetite. Number two, based on the time and investment horizon, so that we can recommend this portfolio according to your risk profile. Right, okay. One of the investment plan, as mentioned, can be this exclusive portfolio investment. Example, let's say the person just like to invest 1,000 per month. Normal unit trust, normal shares investment, I do not receive any bonuses. But through this platform, I can get extra 23% bonus for the first 3 years. So first year, second year, third year, total I'll get about 8,000 in terms of bonuses. After which I still can enjoy the loyalty bonus, which is not too bad, even excluding any profit that comes in. Right, okay. So the good thing, I have only the first 18 months, for example, I need to lock in. Yellow color is to lock in so that I have a forced savings end of the day for my future retirement as well. If I save nothing, everything take up, there's nothing left for my future. Right, okay. And in terms of the withdrawal, the green color, anytime you can withdraw. If you need the money, you can take a break, short break as well. So it's pretty flexible, I would say, in terms of the investment. If I got 2K per month, example, I can grow much more with higher bonus, let's say 40%, total 28K. So overall, same concept, can withdraw the money and let my money grow and so on and so on. Right, okay, so that's option one. Option two, let's say, of course, investments may feel, okay, investment subject to return. Is there something that give me low risk, but some guarantee, capital guarantee upon maturity, and some guarantee income? Yes, the answer is possible. Let's say a retirement income plan like this, assuming I got 110K, close to 100K in sitting my bank, I just do an asset allocation, take it out, and after 4 years, I'll start collecting passive retirement income. I can even start retiring, or if I want to, after 4 years with 300 per month, 3,006 per year. Some may felt that, okay, 300 definitely may not be enough. So this one can based on your comfortable quantum. 3 times this will be 900, for example. So over long run, I can collect this money for the rest of my life as long as I wish. Anything happen to me, the lump sum will go to my loved ones to take care of my family. If not, I can continue enjoy this retirement income, right? As long as I wish. I can even use this to buy on the life of my children. So after collecting for 30, 40 years, I can pass on to my children. Then anything happen to my children, it will pass on to my grandchildren. So 3 generations can receive this income or even a lump sum end of the day. How wonderful would that be? Basically, a lot of us can't remember who's our granny or who's our grandpa. Because my grandpa never gave me any allowance money, so I cannot remember him. Yes, that's a joke beside. So with this, your children or your children will remember you for the rest, even after you have enjoyed your own retirement by receiving this passive income for lifetime. Okay, so for some, they felt, okay, maybe they want to maximize through the tools of leveraging. So there are many affluent investors out there, or they don't mind using the power of leveraging. So time like this, interest rate is very low, good for the loan or financing, but not so great for the deposit because you are getting only 0.5% or 0.1%. Whereas for loan, if interest rate about 1% or 1.2% is pretty attractive. So if I imagine I got 100K, I can take out a 350K plan. So with the balance of 250K will be taken care by the bank, funded by the bank. So only the first few years, I need to take care of the interest, which could be, let's say, 200 plus per month. From fourth year onwards, I'll start collecting this lifetime income. And this will offset whatever interest and give me close to 1 grand for the rest of my life. If I want to encash 20 years down the road, I can do so after collecting 182 and encash, let's say, another 380. So total, I get close to about just below 600K. Yeah, so of course 250 coming from bank, so I still get about 450. Right, so not too bad. For that, I can from 100K, I can grow to 3 times more. If I don't need it, I can collect as long as I want until 100 years old, also possible. And this can go to our loved ones thereafter. Right. Okay, so to achieve financial independence, very simple. 2 things we need to bear in mind. Number 1, of course, it's just like going to a battlefield. We need to have a sword and a shield. Having a sword, we can win our battle to grow our money, to create and accumulate wealth. But having said that, good to protect our income. Every one of us actually is our most important assets, not your house, not the favorite handbag or favorite laptop, and not your car. Because as long as you can work, you can easily earn income for the next 10 years or 20 years. But what if you cannot work tomorrow due to sickness, or worse still, example, due to COVID, the person passed on? What happened to you and your loved ones? So if any uncontrollable event happens, at least you and your loved ones have this lump sum of money to take care of them for the next 5 to 10 years. No worries. So equally important, I would say, for financial planning, to grow your wealth and also protect your income. Right. Okay. So very simple, just the same thing for financial planning. 3 scenarios will happen to all of us, whether we like it or not. So if we grow, scenario 1, everything goes well. Is it enough to take care of a future retirement? Let's say you want 3-4K a month, you have 50K a year, that can last you for 20 years. Okay, so good to grow your money. But of scenario 2, if you are sick, or worse still, if we pass on due to COVID or other disease like cancer, heart attack, and so on, or what happened to you and your family? One person, one of the either husband or wife can't work, it's like 50% pay cut. So yeah, so if both and never wake up one day, what happened to the family? It's like 100% income loss to your loved ones. So good to protect your income, so your children, your spouse do not have to worry, rain or shine. So to achieve financial independence, as I always share, work because you choose to work when the time comes. If you make your money work harder, start to plan early. It's better now than never, right? So how can Raymond help you? Myself, I'm always happy to help all my friends or clients, add value to them. Not important, more importantly, to help my friends and clients to achieve their financial goal. It's not about me. It's not how well I do. I receive enough awards. I appear enough on TV and other media. More importantly, I felt the sense of satisfaction by helping my client achieve their financial goal. One fine day, just like all my value clients, they thank me, and I felt very appreciative as well. That's my fulfillment. That's my passion, even for my next 10 to 20 years. Right. Okay. So basically, I can help you to rise to financial independence. In short, it means R, to retire happy, to have enough to take care of your kids' education, to take care of your long-term care and your future retirement. I is to invest, to grow your money, create more wealth for you even while you're sleeping. S, to secure enough income protection to preserve your income, rain or shine, and all your hard-earned money won't be wiped out by a big medical bill. So we always joke, we work so hard not to pay the doctor's fees, rather for your own retirement. So you have enough proper retirement or medical planning or financial planning that will address your concern. Last but not least, for our hard-earned fruit of the labor, there's this thing called estate planning, meaning how to write a will, LP and trust, so that your hard-earned money can go to your loved ones, to go to your children or your children, or even can give to church or the temple, depending what regions you are, to whoever you want to give to. By having a proper estate planning, you can do so. Okay, thank you so much. I come to the end of the session. Okay, maybe I'll just leave this for 60 seconds. Okay, this is my contact. Nowadays, we can go through QR code. You can take a picture. This is the most important page so that if you got any question after this or you'd like to know more how I can help you, me and my team can arrange with you even for 15 minutes to 20 minutes complimentary consultations session. So there's no, I can rest assured, you can judge for yourself. There's no selling a product, but rather as a financial doctor, I give you a complimentary session to help you do well, enjoy much more for your retirement and grow your wealth, protect your wealth. Right, okay, you want to find out a bit more of myself, always welcome to visit my website as well. Yeah, and yeah, do drop me a note or message thereafter. Okay, so yeah, I'll come to the end of the session. Okay, probably we can take any question. Miss Minnie, yeah, I'll hand back the ball to you. For any Q&A.
Hi, Mr. Wong. Thank you so much for that very comprehensive, I must say, very comprehensive coverage of investment options for everyone who's watching and listening. I think some of those got a little bit more complicated, so you had to like slowly study what they are.
Sure. Yeah, of course, Miss Minnie, you're totally right. Within the 6 minutes, I cannot share everything under the sun, but happy to meet them for a free consultation thereafter. When I got the time, they have the time, a mutually good time. No worries. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, may I just ask you though,
sure.
Like, personally, I've been approached, like when I go to a bank and then they, but the banks nowadays, they work together with certain insurance companies.
Right.
And then they start asking you some questions, whether, then they ask you whether the same thing, they have your plans, retirement plans and all. I usually don't say anything. I always want to study them first. But what I like, your frank opinion though, among all the different products in the market, which offers the best returns?
Okay,
right now.
Okay.
Now.
Thanks for asking a very great question, Miss Minnie. Yeah, okay. So to answer your question, there's no so-called the best product in town. So rather, I would say it's just like a financial doctor. I would like to understand the needs. Example, if you are very, very low risk, let's say 10-cent drop in your investment, you cannot sleep well at night. So I think investment is not for you, for example. But for them, they don't mind the long-term growth, even 10% drop, but can grow 20 to 30% along the way, for example, then investment can be a suitable tool. For those, they want super low risk, they can go for the capital guaranteed retirement income plan or savings plan. So yeah, basically number one, to understand their financial goal. Number two, their risk profile. Then I can recommend the suitable products, just like a financial doctor, to prescribe exactly the right solution for them. It's never about pushing products. So more importantly, to meet their financial needs. Hope that answers your question, Miss Minnie.
Very diplomatic.
Thank
you so much for that. No, because I'm
welcome.
just trying to compare like the different banks and different insurance companies. They all have different products. And of course, we all want to see our 1,000 get into the 1 million level, which I think is very possible. But so yeah, I was just thinking what are the best options that right now we can look at.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah. So for banks, typically they can work with usually one or two providers. Just like insurance agent, usually they just market one company. So the beauty of being almost like independent owned, we can work with A to Z company. So we can find what is the best plan out there rather than bias towards any company A, B, or C, which doesn't matter to us as long as that can help our clients to do well, to achieve their financial goal. Yeah.
Because there was a question, what investment is safe and high returns was one of the questions.
Okay. Right. Okay. That's a wonderful question. But I myself also don't mind low risk, high return. Which in the perfect world, it doesn't come by, unfortunately. So usually risk and return, they come hand in hand. If potentially you like a return, anything that beyond 4%, let's say getting 5, 6, 7, or 10%, I would deem that as an investment. So investment typically is not capital guarantee. There's some form of risk. If it's a good investment, can be a calculated risk. Okay, anything 4%, 3% or below can be a low risk savings style plans. Those will be a low risk for those that prefer safe and steady. Don't mind a bit lower return, but at least can beat the inflation, beat the low interest rate. Yeah, they can even have a combination of both. Doesn't mean have to be all or nothing, so to speak. Maybe some majority they can put into lower risk instrument, some they can put into investment. For the part they don't mind growing a bit more, can take a bit more risk. Yeah, if the risk appetite is not too high per se. Okay, not forgetting also, Miss Winnie, very importantly, very good to grow create their wealth, grow their wealth, but not forgetting to protect and preserve their income and their wealth also. Of course, if we can work next 10 years, no problem. But what if we fall sick, as we can witness now, anybody can fall sick, can be you, can be me, can be a third person. So if that happens, do we have enough income to take care of us and our family and the big medical bills? So yeah, I would say not one more important than the other. They are equally important.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean, I agree. I'm actually a strong believer for insurance coverage
Awesome.
because there are all
Sure.
kinds of insurance policies. Even though my company provides certain medical coverage, still
that's very
sometimes
good.
you never know. So I do have an extra additional personal coverage in just in case, touch wood. And of course, then you've got your house insurance, you've got your traveling insurance, you've got your what they call it, the house will be against fire, your travel,
yeah, home fire insurance.
hospitalization, and
All right.
number of things. So
yes.
yeah.
That's very good, Miss Winnie. Yeah. Company insurance is good, just that there's no lifetime employment. Unlikely you want to work to 80, 90. so the thing is, the day we stop work, likely our company insurance will end there. Unlikely they'll follow us.
Yes.
So good to have your own personal plan, which you have done. So we don't have to worry the day we stop work. We are still well protected for medical bills and so on. Right.
Mr. Wong, thank you. Can I ask you, if I want to do from my humble salary, what would you recommend in terms of ratio? Like how much should I save? And that because sometimes the emergency cases come and people don't have savings and have savings, so we tend to borrow, which is not really good. But what kind of ratio or portion would you recommend that we all put aside?
Okay, that's a very, very good question, I would say, Miss Minnie. Okay, basically, I would recommend, let's say, good to have 3 to 6 months, 6 months of emergency funds of our living costs. Let's say we need $2,000 a month. You need about 12 grand, ideally, to put in the bank. So anytime you can draw, that's our ATM. Okay, but having done so, the extra I would deem as a bit of lazy money. You can use that to grow your money. And every month, depending how good are you as a saver or are you more a spender. So in that sense, good to do some budgeting. Of course, things that we need to spend without much choice, pay our bills, we got to spend. So let's say if we can save up to 20% or some better savers, I've seen clients that can save 30 even to 50% case by case if they do not have any big bills. Yeah, they can use that portion of savings to grow their money, to put into investment, let's say 20 to 30% example. 10% I would say is a minimum, I would say, to start with, to begin with. Beyond that, once you start the habit, you can set aside more, for example. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. Thank you so much. So at least minimum 10%, but if we can set aside 30%, that would be very good.
Correct.
Okay. And then allocate about 3 to 6 months. Reserve account, right?
Exactly. Yes. I would say 50% will go to expenses, and some are necessities, some are other expenses. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Any question from our friends who are joining and watching? I don't see. It seems like everyone has understood. I think everyone has to study hard because a lot of numbers came out and a lot of calculations appeared. Some numbers could be frightening. Some people love them. Some people like, oh no. So.
Yes. I can understand that. Yeah, because like what you say, the 1 million figure looks very frightening, Miss Minnie, like what you mentioned. I mean, not all of us have this 1 million sitting in the bank doing nothing. So that's why it's important. Even we don't have a lump sum or we may not achieve a lump sum the day we retire. I would say the important is have a flow of passive income. Like at least we know every month we got 2,000 or 2,500 coming in the day we stop work. That will give us the comfort or level. So you may not need a lump sum of 1 million, but at least 2-3 grand that can take care of you every month. Yeah. So here's something to look forward to, can enjoy more even for your golden years, Miss Minnie.
Thank you. Coming soon. No.
Okay, good. Congratulations. Right.
The golden age. But any other questions?
Okay.
No.
Okay, some people do ask me, okay, is it too late? I mean, my middle age now, 50, 60 or so. Okay, so to answer that, probably I would say better now than never. Because the earlier, let's say on the other hand, okay, let's say in the mid 50s or 40s, they can still plan ahead, although the runway is shorter, but you probably have some lump sum or some monthly income that you don't mind setting aside. At least that part can help to make your money work harder. On the other hand, some younger folks or friends and clients that I met, they are probably in their 30s or 20s. They're like, okay, I will never, it's too far away to retire happy. But just to point out, I mean, it's not necessarily you must stop work in your 50s, but at least you can achieve financial independence, less worry. The advantage is time is on their side. If they start growing their money, they don't have to come up huge amount. Even like $5 a day, that's not too bad to begin with. Example, just a cup of Starbucks coffee doesn't cost a lot. So if you drink less one cup of coffee, you can grow much more. So that's how it works, Miss Minnie. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do agree. I mean, if you just save on 1 cup of coffee every day, or even once a week, start once a week, then it becomes a habit.
Oh yes,
and then
yes,
eventually,
absolutely.
It's million cups of coffee you're saving.
Oh yes. So not all the time we need to drink Starbucks. Sometimes we don't mind normal coffee. That's good enough. Example, to pamper ourselves once a while. Yeah.
So everyone, please don't drink too much coffee. No, that's not that. But I think we just once we start saving $1.50, and it becomes a habit, then that's where it grows. It grows very big at the end of the day. So thank you so much, Mr. Wong. Any last advice from you?
Yeah, basically, basically just to sum up, take heart, everybody. I mean, basically, don't have to worry. I mean, even you have not done a lot, you can still start to plan ahead. So it's better now than never, so to speak. Engage a professional advisor. Of course, you want a second opinion, you can always ask me as well. You can go back to your advisor, or I'm happy to see what's your blind spot. Because by investing on our own, a lot of time there's a lot of emotion. As a human being, we can't control our emotion. Wow, the market drop, then we can become very fearful, like what Warren Buffett just advocated. So it's good to engage a professional advisor to see our blind spot and diversify our funds and investment. And also not forgetting protecting our income, our greatest assets, ability to earn income on that note as well. So I guess that's all that I want to sum up, Miss Minnie. Yeah. And again, thanks so much for having me for the session. My pleasure to share to everybody.
Our pleasure. Thank you so much. Again, thank you for that really very comprehensive coverage. And I think, but I would advise everyone to have a look at those proposals or suggestions and study them, see how we can do our part by saving for our own future, isn't it? So thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, Grace say thank you. Yeah, you're most welcome. Thanks everybody as well. Hope you all enjoyed the session and take away something useful. Okay.
And may I now invite Ms. Christy Vicentina, our PBSS Honorary Treasurer, to deliver the closing remarks.
Good evening to our friends and kababayans in Singapore. To our friends and families in the Philippines, mabuhay. On behalf of Philippine Bayanihan Society Singapore, allow me to say thank you to the people who helped us for tonight's webinar. Thank you, Mr. Raymond Wong, for the insights you shared tonight, especially on how to preserve and protect our wealth during uncontrollable events, and how to create retirement funds that can beat inflation, at least can beat inflation. Maraming salamat din to all our friends who always help us promote our webinars. Our Philippine Embassy Singapore, led by His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Del Maria. Thank you, Ambassador. Richard and Rex of FLPH, Lynn of CDE, Miss Lucy of Miss Petit Team, OSPAS of Miss Clemens Sabila, FAUS, FAST Associates, Rated J, Lucky Plaza Ladies, FAS, UAP, Ateneo LSE, Kabayanihan, and Team BNG. And special thank you, of course, to all our participants in Zoom and in Facebook. Thank you for making this event a success, and please do not forget to click the like button for us. Again, maraming salamat and mabuhay!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that, Christy. And now here are some bits of info we'd like to share with you. Please send your queries or any suggestions to Bayanihan Center at singnet.com.sg or call 6474-3700. Please like our Facebook page and Instagram as well at Bayanihan Society SG. Please subscribe to our newly set up YouTube channel, and you can rewatch all the informative webinars we have had over the last 16 months. We also very much welcome financial support for the Bayanihan Society. One is through donations via giving.sg/PBSS, and another is via sponsorship or advertisements in our webinars and projects. So for any more details, please call or email Cecil and Mindy at bayanihancenter@singnet.com.sg. Thank you all very much for joining us today, our 15th webinar this year. And we hope this has been really a fruitful and informative discussion. Our next webinar is on October 21, Thursday, and the topic will be Programa at benepisyo mula sa Pag-ibig Fund, ating alamin. So that's about getting to know more about the programs and benefits of the Pag-ibig Fund. Our guest speaker would be Miss Maribel D. Villarosa, who is a Member Services Officer, OFW Center, Operations Department, Pag-ibig Fund. And since Christmas is around the corner, we all love Christmas and Christmas caroling, right? PBSS is organizing another special opportunity with the world-renowned madrigal singers, a Christmas Carol with the Mads 2.0, a masterclass on singing that includes one-on-one voice lessons and sectional sessions. All this culminating in a virtual Christmas recital in December. Lovely and exciting. So please join us there. Register by October 18, and online singing lessons will start on October 22nd. Sponsorships too are welcome, so please do inquire. Thank you all very much for joining us today. Thank you again to our guest speaker, Mr. Raymond Wong, for his insights on financial planning, and to Marianne and Christy. And on behalf of the board and staff of the Philippine Bayanihan Society Singapore, I say thank you for joining us tonight and see you at the next webinar. Please keep well, keep safe, and do not forget your mask, safe distancing. Please watch this inspiring video and hope to see you in there next time. This is Minerva Lau signing off. Good night and God bless.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Raymond, for giving us a talk. Sorry, I missed your talk, but I know I've heard it before.
Hey, Rami. Good to see you.
Yeah,
No
I
worries.
have to attend another webinar for the Bayanihan Society, to
Okay,
present.
awesome. Yeah, good. Thanks for making it as well last minute. Also, good to see you.
Certainly, I must see you.
Thanks so much for having me as well. And yeah, and from all the lovely ladies here as well. Wonderful.
I'm glad. They're always behind to support everyone who are able to, give something useful to our community, to our constituency. So anything new, anything to learn, we are very grateful. So, really appreciate your coming forward to give us this talk.
Awesome.
All right. So I won't take too much time. I leave it to our MC, whenever allowed to take charge of the proceedings.
Thanks again, Rami.
My pleasure.
Thank you again. Nice to see you, sir. Ranville, how are you? Before you all go, we just like to play a video of MUDs, so people can join us in caroling with the MUDs 2.0.
Yeah, excellent idea. Excellent
Mindy,
idea.
play the MUDs, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
So Raymond, you can join the singing lesson.
Oh, okay.
Very useful. I joined last year.
Oh, okay. Coming up, the upcoming, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Kumukuti-kutita, bumubusi-busila, kanya ng indak na mga bambilya. Kikinda-kinda, kukura-kura, pinaglaro ang inyong mga mata.
Kumukuti-kutita, bumubusi-busila, ganyan ang lindak ng mga bumbilya. Kikinda-kinda, kukura-kura, pinaglaro ang inyong mga mata.
Iba't ibang palamuti, ating isabit sa puno. Buhusan ng mga kulay, tambakan ng mga regalo. Tumitibok-tibok, sumisinok-sinok, maglang kalando sasabitin. Pupulutot, lupong, paikot ng paikot, wala ng walang bituin. Nagtataguan ng candy,
Ribones, buses at guhitan,
habang lalong dumadami. Regalo mo'y dagdagan. Kumukuti-kutita, bumubusi-busila, ganyan lang kurang ng mga bituin. Tumitibok-tibok, sumisinok-sinok, kurlahan mo ba ng palarang? Kalando sasabitin, pupulutot, lupong, paikot ng paikot, kurlahan ng walang bituin. Nagtataguan ng candy,
ribones, buses at guhitan,
habang lalong dumadami. Regalo mo'y dagdagan. Kumukuti-kutita, bumubusi-busila, ganyan lang kurang ng mga bituin. Tumitibok-tibok, sumisinok-sinok, kurlahan mo ba ng palarang?